Blondine, thank you for being on the program. The details of this trial are absolutely horrifying, and Gisèle Pelicot could have kept her identity private, but she chose to come forward, talk to us how she went from a virtual unknown to a symbol of courage and strength.
Yes, it's perfectly true. She had the choice, and usually in France, when there is a trial for rape, the victim chose to be anonymous. So the trial is private, and everything is private. It protects their private life. But Gisèle Pelicot chose to say, and she knew that that rape is not a private event. It is violence. It's not sexual. It's violence, and she shows that everything will be public, even the videos of the rapes and even all the evidences that could be shown to the public and the medias. So it was a great decision for us because it allowed the medias and the public to watch and to understand what had been taking place in Mazan, and that male violence is not necessarily very violent in terms of blood and,
well, let me interrupt you. I'm going to get to that in a moment, but I also want to get to the fact that so many willing men agreed to participate in this abuse, in the rape. Ordinary men, a firefighter, a nurse, a journalist, a retired sports coach. They went to this house, were instructed by the husband to do these god-awful things, and no one went to police to report what was going on. What does that say?
Yes, it is exactly the point that is horrifying. The fact is that we have to understand that when some men can rape women without being taught. They do it. They will do it. So, being caught, excuse me. So, it's exactly what we have to understand, that every woman in France, or even in the world, lives with around her hundreds of men, okay, to rape her if they know that they won't be caught. It's exactly the problem. It's not a Mazan problem. It's not a French problem. It's a male violence problem.
But is it also a problem with the French laws, Blondine? Under French law, rape, and I'm reading here, is defined as an act of sexual penetration committed by violence, coercion, threat, or surprise. Does that need to change? Because defense lawyers insist their clients did not intend to commit rape because Dominique Pelicot invited them into the family home and gave them careful instructions on what he wanted them to do to his wife.
Yes, it's the lawyers, and they are not particularly good, these ones. They say what they have to say. They are lawyers, so they have to defend their clients. But in fact, all the clients, all the men, all these 51 men have been found guilty today of rape. So the problem is not the definition of rape, because they have been said as rapists today. So the problem is that while they are rapists, they won't go to jail for a long time. This is the real problem. The problem is that, okay, it's a crime, but it's a small crime, and maybe this man's lives are more important than Gisèle Pelicot's life. And that is the real problem. The problem is not the consent. When you are sleeping, she was asleep, she was drugged. It was obvious she was sneezing. So she cannot consent.
Yeah.
The problem is not that she could pretend that she was no consent. No, it was not the problem. The problem is that they are rapists, and then they go to jail only for a small period.
Understood. Well, there's so much more I wanted to talk to you about, but we're going to have to leave it there. Blondine de Verlange, thank you very much.